Yo, recording in public spaces got to be the most unnerving thing imaginable. But I'm at the airport, and I think one reason like I can kind of do this comfortably and calmly is like I think even most of the people that are walking around me are like super checked out. First off, we got delayed flights. We got people distracting themselves from the fact that their flight's delayed, to the fact that they're leaving after Christmas, that Christmas is over, that they got to go back to work. Like all these depressing thoughts, and I don't think that they care that like what I have to say or like I'm recording. They're just kind of minding their own business, and I think it's like kind of socially acceptable to do this now. Although granted, I've seen like 1,000 people today, and I haven't seen one doing what I'm doing. Because I feel like this is awkward for a lot of people, and a lot of people are not awkward. A lot of people don't break out of their comfort zones. So I kind of wanted to do that today, just go sit down somewhere. Granted, I'm not in front of a lot of people. I'm in like a secluded part where like there's a conveyor belt, and you could probably hear TSA in the background. But no, I thought that like I should do something, be useful today. Kind of going back to Arnold book I listened to recently, 2023 Self-Help, Be Useful. But I don't know, I wanted to like vlog my thoughts, my experiences, and I have just like a lot of thoughts for the holidays, and I kind of wanted to vlog them like at the airport vlog, JRT style, raw, uncut, unedited, unfiltered, just my opinions, although this is take 3. And I think one thing I was thinking about is the idea of like holiday sadness. I think a lot of people are sad during the holidays, and they mask that through things like presents, through alcohol, and just even by kind of like deluding themselves as to their feelings. Now, it's not to say like there isn't cheer as well. I just think these things are mixed out. And the thing is, we work so hard in America, like our capitalist-driven economy, that we work and work and work and put our feelings to the side, and then suddenly you just get 2 weeks off, and then like everything kind of just like compounds and comes crashing down. You have nothing but time now to just reflect on your feelings. You're so used to working, and now you're almost uncomfortable. And if you know one thing about people is like they don't like discomfort. I heard a good quote or saying recently just about boredom, and that we cured it. We have cured boredom with the multitudes of entertainment and ways of distracting yourself. But I don't actually agree with that. I think that we have suppressed it, but it's not working for long. The problem is, there's a couple problems. One problem is that it's like giving candy to a baby, or like Pringles, like once you pop, the fun don't stop. Like you want to keep going. So like you may have found a temporary relief, but you're going to need more and more. And eventually the relief is going to stop working, and your dosage goes up. So people, I'm looking around me at the airport, and everyone's got headphones in. They're glued to their devices. You look at their necks. This is their neck. This is their neck. And are they aware of that? Like, it's just surrounding me. I almost felt bad about, like, I was gonna record like just around me and look at people, but I thought that would be kind of sadistic, so I didn't want to do that. But you get the picture. I'm sure if you've been on a subway, you've been in the airport, you've been in one of these areas, you've seen it. And I just thought about like how people are distracting themselves. Like, I'm wearing my mental health matters hoodie, like clearly matters, but I don't think people think about how their relationship with their devices is a reflection of their ability to deal with their problems or engage meaningfully in society. You can say, oh, I'm doing something nice on my phone, oh, I'm calling someone, oh, whatever, I get it. Like, yeah, you are, but like you're not really here, you're not really present. You've put yourself in a simulation in order to escape the reality around you. Like, we didn't used to do this back in the day. We used to talk, we used to drink, we used to read, and everybody is now like just in their own matrix. And when you're not, it's just so obvious that almost no one else is. And it can be really impossible to kind of break through and like, engage with anybody. And I'm not saying like I'm going out and doing that. Like, yo, dude, what's good? What's cracking? No, I don't do that. But I'm ready. Like, I stand ready. I don't go walking around with my head in the clouds, man. You know, I'm here kind of just looking at people and just seeing, is there an opportunity to break through and say hello? I was talking to one of the information desk guys, and it's so weird, because I think one of the most real conversations you get nowadays is when you go buy something. That's so sad. You're just going to buy something, and then, like, these people are professional talkers. Not really, but they talk to so many people during the day. I did it. I worked as a cashier when I was younger. But they talk to customers, and then you actually talk. When do you talk to strangers? You don't. You just don't, unless that's your job. And so we've associated conversation with I'm looking for the fancy word of saying it, but work, essentially. And I think that's wrong, because, you know, conversation is getting to know people. If you only know people in a work-related setting, then all you are is workers. And I don't think that that's healthy. I think that's really bad. I think it makes you feel like you're not having a real conversation. This person is getting paid to you know, show you some kind of conversation. In this conversation, they're littering. It's going to ask you if you want to leave a tip. Do you want to? That's not a normal thing to say. Then clearly, everything you've said was built around this point, or your tone, the way you've said things, the things you've said, are built around the idea of you getting paid more out of me as a customer. And, you know, that's when I begin to feel like, even though this is the realest conversation I've had with, like, a stranger in public setting, it's not a good one. And that's bad, if that's the standard. And there really aren't opportunities to talk. You know, I was looking up things to do in New York, just for young people. What are the options? Bar, 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 bar. Why is everything a bar? Why is that the hangout place for young people? I think that's really sad, that, like, we have to associate these things with drinks and drinking, because that's the only place people are really letting go of their devices and just in tune with themselves. I don't feel like you should have to be inebriated in order to have authentic conversation, or in a space where that's the thing. You could say, oh, you know, I go to a bar, but, like, I don't drink. But you're still around the culture of drinking. And I don't know. I mean, I like a good drink here and there. And, you know, sure, around the holidays, maybe I'll have a few more. But I don't want my life defined by my inhibitions. And I kind of just crave more natural human interaction, not just for me, but for people. And so, you know, around these holiday times, I think I just encourage you to break out of your shell and say, you know, there is hope. Because if I feel this way, I'm not the only one who feels this way. There are many people who feel this way. And I think the kids are feeling it. They crave that authenticity. And, you know, I think that they're seeing, like, the realistic ways of, like, going about it, putting the device down. You know, I work in a setting where the kids don't have devices, or they're not supposed to. And it's not perfect. And they still use them. But it matters. You can see it's not just 6 hours of the majority just glued to their devices. Like, I think pop culture would have you believe. I know the screen times are high, but we also use these things for, like, other purposes too. And so I think just be aware of your mental health and, like, what you're doing to cope, like, even with your problems, not relying on you know, whatever it is, a device or an inhibition, in order to avoid it or deal with it, because you can deal with it. You can handle it. And I think you'll benefit from actually handling it rather than suppressing it. But hey, just some thoughts for the holidays. There's a lot of positivity out there. Put the phone down and go talk to somebody. Go say something nice. Cheers, and I'll see you in the new year. And I'll be back for some streams. Toodles.